Episode 10 and 11 of The Bad Batch both had their own merits. I mean, episode 10 did show the Empire not being very efficient, and, that's a little bit disappointing. Episode 11 was much better because it just showed how absolutely bamf the Empire is. And episode 12, well, things went downhill again.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
I will say episode 10 was interesting from the perspective of the Bad Batch having to deal with separatists. I don't know how I would feel if I fought a very long war, lost a lot of brothers, friends to separatists, and then after the war I had to work for them or go on missions dealing with them. I understand why they're kind of like, no, I don't want to do this, but in the end they end up doing it because they realize, hey, this is what we have to do to survive. I understand Echo just constantly being like, F you. I mean, they tortured him. They messed him up for life. So for him, it's, yeah, I'm never going to trust you. I'm doing this mission, but, I'm watching you. I didn't get them leaving Omega with Sid. I mean, okay, Sid deals with mercenaries, bounty hunters, all of that. And bounty hunters are after Omega. I just feel like eventually one bounty hunter mercenary is going to show up there and go, oh, wait, hey, that's that kid that's wanted. She would have been safer with the Bad Batch. Though it was kind of cool seeing her gamble and then having a new avenue of money for the Bad Batch. I mean, they could take the kid around and gamble with her. I think that would be great. Although I was kind of hoping that when Hunter and her played at the end, he was going to absolutely decimate her. In the next episode, we were going to see her sobbing, remaining at Sid's bar, but unfortunately that was not the case, and she won. Boo. I am happy that they ended up paying off Sid's debt because of her, though. I was getting kind of about the debt, though I'm more than sure they're going to get back in it again, just because why not? Why would they ever leave that place and continue on the storyline? Now for episode 11, besides, the Empire being much more efficient and being shown how it truly is, it was kind of cool to have the Bad Batch only in the final minutes of the show. I actually forgot that I was watching the Bad Batch for a while because I was so just all about Ryloth and the Syndulas. And it was cool to see the Syndulas again. I was really worried about Hera's mom, but apparently I didn't need to be. I thought for sure they were gonna cap her. I mean, moms in Star Wars die super easy. They get a little bit sad and they're just fucking dead. But little Hera and Chopper, absolutely adorable. It was kind of weird to see Chopper not being a total homicidal maniac like we see him in Rebels, so I guess that was a nice change of pace. He's a scary fucking droid. Hera's voice actress, even though I know it's the same one from Rebels, it still threw me her having the accent. I know it's canon that Twi'leks have that accent, and obviously by the time of Rebels, Hera has lost it, and I know all the other canon, don't yell at me. It just was a little bit weird to my ears to hear it be so thick with Hera, Omega and Hera were absolutely adorable in this episode. I loved that Omega can't fly until she can tell Tech all of the equipment and explain how it's done. Also that Tech was so confused about flying having a feeling. What feeling? I just love him so much. Hera's uncle was kind of a dick. I mean, besides doing treason against the Empire, which is just a big no-no, you were dragging in your brother's kid into shit where if she got caught, her parents would get blamed for treason. Like, I don't know, kind of a dick move. Vice Admiral Rampart is a shining example of an Imperial. I swear to God, if anything happens to him by the end of this season, I am going to lose my mind. I hope he gets all the promotions. He's just so intelligent. His plan to deal with the issues on Ryloth and to actually deal with Cham and such was brilliant. Crosshair's injury did not look that bad this episode. I thought he was going to be a lot more disfigured, and I don't think his injury is exactly where his chip is, but I do wonder if it might start to malfunction just a little bit, or make it easier for the Bad Batch to go in there and rip it out and make him turn against the glorious Empire. Episode 12 was absolutely heartbreaking, seeing Hauser being turned by the rebel terrorists, by the traitorous scum, and him now leaving the Empire. Just, it's so messed up, and I really hope, I know Crosshair now has permission to hunt them down, that he is really going to stop their reign of just terror across the galaxy and just destroying these people's lives. Although, okay, why did you guys decide to turn against the Empire and drop your weapons? I get it was symbolic, like, I'm dropping my weapons, I'm not gonna help, but you could have fought your way out. I guess people that turn against the Empire just aren't smart, so you gotta expect stuff like that. The more I see of Crosshair, the more he reminds me of a chain-smoking uncle that loves to hunt animals and just enjoys the fuck out of describing how he murders them in their last breaths. And I'm not saying that's not okay and not cool, but at the same time, those are just the vibes he gives me. I'm really excited to see him actively go after the Bad Batch, and I cannot wait for him to show up at Sid's and just wreck the place. I think the most shocking thing about this episode was that Hera's mom did not die. I thought for sure we were going to see her die, and nope, Syndulas, they all escaped to live another day, cause more issues for the Empire and galaxy in general. I was like, dang, that really subverted my expectations. Hera and Omega were even cuter this episode than they were last episode. Seeing them as a team was a lot of fun. I love seeing them fly around. Also loved Tech going, yeah, your flying is great, because it makes no sense. You're all over the place, so no one can really hit you or know what you're doing, and just, I love Tech. Overall, if I were to rank the episodes, I would say episode 11 was the best, then 12, then 10. And I really hope the Bad Batch is held responsible for the awful things that they are doing. But let me know what you thought about the episodes. How would you rank them? Who is your favorite member of the Bad Batch? Mine is still Tech. I just want to hug him to death. Oh, and long live the Empire.